Remember the SIS project number I found? 32? Turns out if you search for it in enough super secret Republic databases, it gets noticed. Ran into a little, trouble. Like, if I keep doing this, the chance of mysteriously disappearing goes up dramatically, sort of trouble.
Anything happens to you, I don't know what I'll do.
You know, you just can't find another slicer who'll put up with you. Figure there are other, less hazardous channels I can look into. I'll, let you know if I decide to do anything stupid. Or, more likely, let you know after. Remember how I said I'd avoid SIS databases for the time being? Decided this was a good time to take a crack at the encryption on that SIS creep Carteri's datapad. The encryption is crazy. Someone threw a solid wall of credits into keeping this thing secure.
Anyone goes to that much trouble to keep a secret, it's gotta be something serious.
That's the scary part. I mean, I'm seriously getting the creeps now. What's my family involved in that's worth this kind of money to the Republic?
You're really upset about this.
I don't know if it's about my family or Brayden or just a puzzle I can't solve. It's making me crazy. Anyway, thanks for listening to me babble. Much appreciated. SIS just throw their ciphers a party with clowns and a juggling bantha. Stupid datapad is impossible to decrypt, but not all is lost. Found a holo address for Coral, I think. I mean, it could be her. I sort of wanted you around when I called her.
How could I pass this up? Go ahead when you're ready.
Sure, because this'll be fun. Sort of like flying into a black hole. Right, it's nothing to worry about, it's just a stupid call. Hello? Hi. Coral? It's Coral, right? I'm Mako.
Mother of... Mako? My little sister Mako? I can't believe it. I thought you were dead. How did you find me?
Wasn't exactly easy. I, ran into an SIS guy looking for you.
Isaac? The SIS agent? Was his name Isaac?
Don't know if it's weirder that you're being hunted by multiple agents, or that you know them all personally.
Oh no. Mako, you've got to help me, please.
If you're gonna tell me SIS is after you, I already figured that out.
Carteri's just one of the agents after me. Isaac's the one leading them. If he finds me...
What? What's he want you for?
I've got to go. I've been on this channel too long already. He's on Drum and Cost looking for me right now. If there's anything you can do to stop him.
Wait, Coral, what's going on? Why is he after you?
They're already trying to trace my location. I have to go, please. You're the only hope I've got.
What is it with people never answering my questions?
You finally talked to your sister. What's your take on her?
She's really like me, isn't she? I really have a sister. Let's go to Drum and Cost.
Welcome back, Master. I've just completed a new meal plan for your culinary pleasure.
Hold it right there, Coral. For the love of... I'm not Coral! Don't do anything stupid. We should wait for Isaac. Are you crazy? What are we supposed to do? Ask her to just behave herself? I'm just saying Isaac will be here soon. Let's not jump the gun. Hello? Guys, can we talk for a minute? Maybe Isaac will get here soon, or maybe he'll decide to stop for lunch first. We don't exactly have a lot of options here.
Starting to look like you got all the brains in your family, Mako.
No kidding, am I invisible? I should have shown up dressed in a Wookiee costume or something. Someone is gonna answer me this time. Hey, girls! Over here! Look out, she's attacking! That! Sorry, did you say something? I'm sort of half here, not feeling so good. I keep seeing those dead girls. My sisters, I just feel queasy. Anyway, sorry, did you need something?
You don't look so good.
I'm fine, just really weirded out. Don't think that's a medical condition. I don't exactly know how to get over seeing myself, two of me, die. And you know the worst part? Coral didn't tell me, didn't say a word about other sisters.
Definitely plenty of Makos around these days.
One identical sister was sorta neat. 3 is weird. Trying to kill me? Creepy. Let's get moving before I get even more weirded out. So, you want to hear the latest news from the HoloNet? There's a lot of buzz about you. Apparently, you have a fan club now.
You gotta admit, they're onto something.
They are. Admiring you from afar? Way better than being close enough to smell you.
If one of us was gonna have fans, I'd think it would be you.
You're really cute, you know that? It's not gonna work. It's a small ship. There's nowhere to go when things get ugly. We're just not meant to be involved.
That's how we'll play it then.
Strictly business. No matter how much you give me that sort of melty look. What is it they say about curiosity again? Does it involve lavish paid vacations? Maybe Trando-Shawnee flatcakes? So I may have gone back into the SIS computers, just a little.
SIS probably won't mind at all then. Seem like real understanding guys.
Sure. I mean, what could go wrong? Remember how I said I found birth certificates from my family? A dozen of them? Well, I found out that 10 of them also have death certificates.
Sounds like SIS is doing some cleanup.
Cleanup? Like they were all dirt someone tracked in? I guess it's just me and Coral now. Well, on that cheery note, let's move on, huh? Got a few minutes? Maybe you could give me a few pointers on my pistol technique.
Guns and my favorite girl? Sign me up.
You're so cute when you're thinking about shooting stuff. Because actually, I just wanted to show off. I've got a new shot, and I can't wait for you to see it. In fact, I'm sort of looking forward to seeing it in action myself. So what do you think?
Ought to try it out on a real target, I think.
Couldn't have suggested better myself. Let's move. I kind of want to shoot something now. Hey, got a minute? I wanted to talk to you. I just wanted to say thanks for the coral thing. You didn't have to do all that.
I might this once. Accept payment and kisses.
You can't go around saying stuff like that. We've got a business contract here. Stay professional. It's not about what I feel. We've got to work.
Guess we'll have to stop working together.
Okay, so all the stuff I said before, that whole not mixing work and whatever, I've officially changed my mind. Remember the guy Coral said was after her? Isaac, the one we were supposed to stop on Drummond Costs?
Target didn't show up. Hard to forget that.
Everything else is sort of dead-ended. I thought maybe I'd try to see what I could find on him. He's SIS, no surprise there, so there's not much to find. Except for this. He's assigned to Project 32. The same project all my relatives seem to be associated with.
You should head to one of Nar Shaddah's casinos and play that number. Probably make some credits.
Right now, I feel like maybe gambling isn't a great idea. Searching for his name tripped all kinds of security, so don't be surprised if a lot of uniforms are looking for us. I think I might take up a new hobby for a while. A safer one, like, neck suit grooming. Mind holding my hand while I do something stupid? Remember that data pad we got from Carteri about 1 million years ago? I cracked it. I got a holo frequency from Isaac, Mr. Project 32 himself. I can't do this without you.
That's what I'm here for. Stopping angry looks from strangers.
Perfect. Just sort of stand there and look imposing. Pretty much like you always do.
What's this?
Okay, before we get started, let's set something straight. My name is Mako. M-A-K-O. Got it? Call me Coral, and so help me, I will find a way to punch you through the holonet.
Mako? Well, that's a name I never thought I'd hear again.
It's like a family reunion with your long-lost SIS goon.
Yeah, I've got all kinds of warm fuzzies right now.
Unfortunately for both of us, I don't have much time for conversation at the moment.
I think it might be in your best interest to talk sooner rather than later.
Normally, I'd agree with you on that. My team has pinpointed Coral's location. Finding her is my priority. Mako, a word of warning. This isn't the life you want. Whatever happens, stay away from Coral.
Why? What do you want with her? What did she do?
She's killed most of the people involved in Project 32. I can only assume she'll try to kill you too. She's gotten almost everyone else.
She's killed a lot of SIS. Seems to me you need to hire some outside assistance.
If this operation fails, Hunter, I might just give you a call. Mako, I'll contact you after my team's taken Coral into custody. We have a lot to talk about. Isaac, out.
I'm intercepting all his outgoing transmissions. Looks like, yes, I have the coordinates he's sending out.
You're doing real well at this waiting to hear back from Isaac stuff so far.
Did you hear me say, sure, Isaac, I'll just sit here twiddling my thumbs until you call back? I've downloaded the coordinates to the nav computer. Let's go pay my sister a friendly visit.
medical pads are currently open for business. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Hey, sis. Long time no see, huh? Mako? What are you doing here? How did you find me? Met some of our sisters. It was real sweet. Heartwarming, you might say. How about that? I should have warned you.
Probably slipped your mind that you're a quadruplet or whatever. Easy mistake.
It's a lot to take in. I didn't want to overwhelm you. Project 32 is trying to frame me, Mako. The others were in on it. Help me slice its computer. If I can erase my records, I can just disappear. Nobody else will get hurt. Please. I've got 2 words for you, Coral. Bantha dung. You used me. You wanted Isaac dead. You wanted the other girls dead. Quit pretending to be the victim.
Don't see this going anywhere.
You're probably right. Well, Coral, you have anything else you want to say before I watch Isaac cart your sorry behind out of here? So I set you up. So what? You don't matter. Neither did the others. None of you are even real people. I'm real. You think I wanted to be part of a set? Would you want that? I'm not like the rest of you. I'm unique. You're not even a person. Try to be more careful. Doesn't matter. Nothing you do matters. Even if I die here, you won't be real. You're just a cheap copy, Mako. She hammers a lot for someone who's just been totally beaten, doesn't she?
SIS can pick her up. Don't know about you, but I've had my fill of crazy.
Me too. Let's hope it doesn't run in the family.
Mako? Is that you? How did... Nah, that's a stupid question. We'll take Coral from here. I guess we should thank you. Are you alright?
I don't know what you guys are gonna do to her, but I have a hunch she deserves it. The stuff she said about being a copy, what do you think that was supposed to mean?
You're letting her get to you?
I don't know, I feel pretty surreal right now.
We're moving out. Mako, we'll have to talk later.
Let's get out of here, okay? I want to be as far away from this place as possible. This is a bad time. We'll talk when it's safer. Hey, I was scanning the holonet and just lost track of time. Where is everybody? It's so quiet. I thought for a second I'd gotten on the wrong ship.
I can think of at least one good use for an empty ship.
Oh, really? Okay, admit it. You pitched the guys out in airlock. It's okay, I won't judge. This time, anyway. You know what? You're okay.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Sort of egotistical, but still, okay. When Brayden first talked about you, I don't know what I expected, but whatever it was, you're better. What I want to say is, you're awesome, and if you were lost in the same sector, I would definitely give you directions.
Can't argue with that kind of thinking.
Alright, anyway, you get the point. Let's get back to work. It's strange. I haven't always known you. It just doesn't seem possible. It's gotten hard to remember what life was like before we met.
Must have been pretty bad. Better not think about it, really.
Yeah, pretty traumatic, all the years I spent without your ego. I love you, you know. You probably guessed that already.
Want me to say it for you? I love you.
Man, I wish I'd gotten a holo recording of that.
Let's make this an official contract. What do you say?
When you put it that way, how can a girl possibly say no?
Digs ain't much to look at. At least it's roomy. What do you do for fun in this dump?
Honestly, I go out for my entertainment.
Don't think you're gonna keep me cooped up in this can with nothing to do. On the inside, I got bored. Somebody got stabbed. Gonna keep me busy.
You break it, you buy it. Understand?
Yeah, whatever. You got crummy taste in company. Bad enough with that skinny broad and the little twerp trying to walk tall. But I don't get how that squeaking thing in the bellyaching dandy ain't become target practice yet. How'd a hard case like you get tangled up with such a bunch of dainties?
It'd be a mistake to underestimate any of my crew.
Yeah? I ain't buying it. None of your tag-alongs would have lasted 2 minutes with any of my crowd.
I can't picture you as a people person.
Sitting around by myself. Ain't much of a party. Had a good thing going back on Coruscant. Empire shook that place up real good. No law. Just unclaimed turf. And millions of dregs clawing at each other for the scraps. One big round-the-clock brawl. Shame it didn't last.
Anarchy has a certain appeal.
That was the best part, hands down. But turf wars weren't half bad either. My gang was top of the pack. Black Sun were killers to the core. Not like those lazy, stinking huts. Wonder what they've been doing since I got nabbed. Gotta go find me something to break. I've been thinking running with you ain't so bad. More downtime than I'd like, but at least it ain't like being in the can. Too much time between killings on the inside.
I'm guessing Belsavis wasn't the first place you did time.
I don't get pinched often, but when they got me, they try and hang on. Ain't all bad. Best place to meet the real scum of the universe. Get connected. Lockup took me from the streets to the major leagues.
Black Sun wasn't good enough for you?
I'm talking about when I was just getting started. First time I got nabbed. Shared a cell with a Hut cartel gangster once. Helped him bust out. Got introduced to the family. Had a couple good years being an enforcer, before those slimy two-faced slugs tried to bump me off. Hadn't noticed how much that time in the cooler cramped my style. Got me rusty.
I thought all you did all day was lift weights and pick fights.
Ain't so bad when there's some chump in the yard to shank, or a guard station to rough up. Solitary's another story. I'm just saying, all this running around busting heads is whetting my appetite, and I'm itching to do some real damage. Never did get my hands on that stinking hut that tried to have me bumped off. Been thinking, I'm overdue.
Who are you planning to pay a visit?
Some slimy hut underboss? A nobody. Don't really remember him. Gotta think about it. All you need to know is, once I find the dirty backstabber, I'm paying him a visit. This is where I get off, runt.
Been waiting forever to hear that.
Huh, funny. Found me that slimy hut I was talking about. He's been getting fat and happy all these years after crossing me. Time he gets what's coming to him.
I don't mind tagging along if you need another blaster.
He owes me a lot of bad blood. I plan on taking my time to bleed him. You ain't gonna rush me this time. Try not getting killed. Gonna want something to do when I get back.
You're back.
Ain't like a bunch of hut flunkies was gonna give me trouble. Would have been back sooner, but the slug and I had a lot of catching up to do.
I take it you had a good time.
Made him wish he'd traded all these years for quick death. This is the way to do it. Doing what we want when we want. Ain't nobody gonna say otherwise. Kinda glad I ain't killed you yet.
I'll take that as a compliment.
List of people I ain't gonna kill is real short. Figure I ain't going back to organized crime, now that I got free run of the galaxy. But that don't mean I ain't got pull. Long as I'm running with you, you black son.
When do I get my palace?
You ain't gonna be some hut cartel wimp. You want territory? Go take it. All I'm saying is you and yours need something. Black Sun's got your back. Now quit making a fuss before I change my mind. Don't care, ain't listening.
Welcome back, Master. I've just completed a new meal plan for your culinary pleasure.
Thanks for the help on Terrace. Deacon was your target. Decent of you to let me in for the capture.
Wasn't exactly charity. Jacone was my target. You got me close to him.
Worked for both of us then. Looking forward to this. Not everyone gets to fight beside the champion of the Great Hunt.
Stick with me, kid, and I can pretty much promise things won't get boring.
Counting on it. Say the word. I'm ready to move out. What sort of jobs are coming up? Hunting? Mercenary work?
You never know in this business.
Should keep me on my toes. Been in a few skirmishes. Treaty with the Republic made real fighting scarce. Like to see something worthy.
Looking for at least 10 to 1 odds? Or will you be satisfied with just one of something nasty?
Tough call. Our people need battle to find out what we are. Mando without war is like a starship without space.
Guess we better find a war then.
Looking forward to it. Been watching you work. You're good with that blaster.
I've killed how many things now, and you just picked up on that?
Mandalorians can't throw that kind of compliment around lightly. Nice to see a professional in action. Might even learn a few things hanging around you. You remind me of someone. Friend of mine, Cordan Ordo. Great alot. Served with him and his clan on Ariadu. Told you about that, right?
Pretty sure you didn't.
Sent in to secure a weapons factory. Half the planet is factories. Like Coruscant, but dirtier. Pretty quiet, except for snipers and mines. Real trouble was waiting in the factory. Resistance fighters, geared with stealth generators, hiding among the workers.
How'd you flush them out?
Stealth fields don't fool thermal detonators. Cordan got most of the workers out, got us undercover. Could have been worse. Good at thinking on his feet. Sorta like you.
Guess I could do worse.
Got a good crew.
Good to have you with us.
Glad to be here. Haven't been part of a company since Ariadu. Missed it, I guess.
I'm shocked. Seemed like a real tight group on Drummond Koth.
Jogo was never in danger of becoming popular. Gotta have someone watching your six. Wonder what Clan Ordo's doing now. That friend I said you reminded me of? Got a holo call from him. Turns out Cordan heard about us taking down G-Cone on Terrace. Sent me an invitation.
He didn't draw a line in the sand, I hope.
Over G-Cone? No. He'd have done the same as us. Said he's hunting big game. Offered to let me in on it. Plan to take him up on that. Wanted to let you know. Won't be long.
Sounds like something I'd enjoy.
With you, be a short trip. Catch you later.
How was it?
Amazing. Met Cordan and half my unit on Duxon. Good hunting. Bomas and Maulers mostly. Jagger bagged a Zakeg. Lucky Jare.
Zakeg?
Behemoth. Like a tank with a temper. Caught it under the chin with a concussion missile. Took two. Got a few more stories to tell. Can't ask for much else. Back to hunting prey on two legs. Right. Never thanked you. Not making a big deal over me taking off. Good to see my brothers are still alive. Cordan owes me 50 credits.
Never leave a debt, Torian.
He's good for it. Been meaning to ask something. Mandalore tell you the race Ulnare when you were adopted into his clan?
Is that something I should know?
You could say that. Race Ulnare means 6 actions. The core of Mandalorian life. Speaking the language is a big one. I could teach you, if you're up for it.
I probably ought to know what my people were saying about me.
Have to find some time later, then. Been working on a new shot. Something I picked up watching you. Want to check it out?
I'm game. You want to try it out on targets or something that'll shoot back?
Always better when it shoots back, don't you think? Let's get to work. Sooner we're moving, the sooner you can see me in action. Been thinking about something Cordan said. Thought he'd be seeing some real action again soon. You think he meant it? Or was that just talk?
He might have inside info we don't. Maybe he knows where things will heat up.
True. He's always been good at getting intel he shouldn't have. Almost hope he's wrong. This armor might not be up to a decent fight.
That's some kind of hint that you want to buy new armor?
Not something you can buy. Mandalore gave you a piece of Beskar Gom, didn't he? Should be made of Beskar. Only our people can work it.
I would have taken better care of it if I knew that.
Wouldn't worry too much about it. The warrior's more important than the armor. This can wait. We ought to get to work.
Trouble?
Remember how Cordan thought things would be heating up? Listen.
I've got a mission. Thought you might want in on it. Clan Ordo's been hired to kill a senator who's hiding out under major Jedi protection. It'll be a serious engagement. He's gone to ground in a heavily fortified area. Worth a lot of credits, too. If you're interested, meet us at the Bayless Estate on Alderaan. Cordan out.
Jedi hunt. They're in for a fight.
They're my brothers. I need to be there.
I'll back you up.
Your sights are set on bigger game. I got this one.
Still alive.
Seems that way. Weren't all so lucky.
You got my sympathies.
Gave an account worth remembering. Can't ask much more. Didn't care to find out firsthand. Never let them get close.
Dancing with a lightsaber's a good way to lose weight.
Better find some Beskar if I'm making a habit of it. Our people have a saying, Alit or Ishietaldin. You know it? Family is more than blood. I'm glad you came to Terrace.
It's been good having you at my back.
I'll watch your six no matter what. Mind if I ask you a personal question?
You want to ask me something? Ask.
What made you enter the Great Hunt?
When Brayden was murdered, there wasn't room for second thoughts.
Your mentor. Mako told me about blood in you. Think it wouldn't be about me either. My name, my clan. We'd share glories with our shames. Next hunt gets called, I plan to be there. Ever eaten Mandalorian food? At your adoption, maybe?
I don't think so.
You'd remember it. Edicless, nose burn. That's how you know it's good. Thought I'd put something together next chance I got. Interested?
I won't turn down a hunt meal.
Let you know next time I'm headed to the galley.
Something on your mind?
Family. Not much of Clan Kadera left. Aren't close either. Got spread out after the schism.
We should arrange a gathering. Get the clan together.
Never had reason to celebrate our heritage before. Ordo, Kelborn, Etera, they all recovered. Think it was a shame they kept us apart. Feud settled now. Maybe it's time. Scene 15. Made contact with some of my cousins. It's strange, but a start.
They receptive to a meeting?
I think so. Eventually. Got a lot to learn before I try leading a clan. Fighting alongside Mandalore's Chosen can't hurt. Heard from Mandalore lately? Know he's letting you do your thing. You're still blood, though. I'd like to meet him.
I'll look into it for you.
Thanks. Shout if you hear something.
Guess you really lucked out signing up with me. Now that they've left the White Maw, they shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Gutuni ompi bedwana, ni popo chopauma.
My job's pretty simple when it comes down to it. I'm a bounty hunter. I track down individuals nobody else can find.
Wafumare tu poto dwana wanki wapata ya tuka loka. Chapon ka utman gisa, chapod I kafuan chawa.
Glad we're on the same page. Mostly.
Bedwana urbi kila wato banki, dunko poto kanoda. Tanta Zuza, Cheska Pakuta, Kiska Tada Wata. Mo kila mo klunki, yat, ambumpa borshuda.
The person who framed you for stealing.
Kuka du choski na wakuchusa, yo makta chi pomputa. Tunta Zuza nerko, higata loya, okata uza zul. So hawa tu punyo is, di oto, segoto wupi wupi. Mo kila mo klunki, yat, ambumpa borshuda.
Go ahead, Blizz.
Chita hupa. Yuna liska chanagawa, chi, kasteina kontrinka. Husula, kihe shatang, kuka duima bana.
I appreciate the gesture.
Tomjem baba yasa rubaksi bati yaroko? Chesko yeski achanaga, bumpa konchinka. Magusa no pachonki fa, guta jioto, India.
I could help out.
Nagulagi wantumpa, mulira wata wampa. Tunta Zuza nerko, higata loya, okata uza zul.
Just try not to get your hopes up, alright?
Higna banga! Chapon ka utman gisa, chapod I kafuan chawa. Husula, kihe shatang, kuka duima bana.
She did she? Better do something nice for her.
Tunta Zuza nerko, higata loya, okata uza zul. Tanta Zuza, Cheska Pakuta, Kiska Tada Wata. Sha amu dinto ud magisa, mitisa taparena.
It sounds dangerous, Blizz.
Wama otoja koga utapawa, du bamba wula. Meet your finger la. Mambe.
So I see.
Nayama bisto chanaga, imecha tonmicha. Uno bongo wa uni kupa, tontika makitugi. Shisakawa kyota bubanda baki wanki.
People should think twice about pushing you around now, right?
Kava tuka amishka, kava no tas ma watila. Mo kila mo klunki, yat, ambumpa borshuda. Bedwana urbi kila wato banki, dunko poto kanoda.
What's so special about this little gadget anyway?
Mana aja noka. Kuka du choski na wakuchusa, yo makta chi pomputa.
It's obviously something you put a lot of care into.
Tunta Zuza nerko, higata loya, okata uza zul. Chesko yeski achanaga, bumpa konchinka. Tanta Zuza, Cheska Pakuta, Kiska Tada Wata. Miska Takamu!
What's on your mind?
Wa fumare tu poto bana wanki wapata ya tu karoka. Una bonko wa uni kupa tonti kak maki tugi.
Hardship has a way of putting things into perspective.
Nokuta nyu pechirota. Ya yama bisto chanaga imecha ton micha. Hopo mawanka tuduska udwana wada suka kupa. Funta hasa.
So, this is home. A little spare, don't you think?
Blame the previous owner.
Oh, found yourself a fixer-upper, huh? She's not bad, just needs a little TLC. A couple bounties ought to go a long way to sprucing the place up. Think about it.
Keep the place clean, and we'll talk.
I guess I can live with it for now. We can't all be fabulously wealthy criminal masterminds, but this bounty hunting gig seems straightforward enough. Besides, I like the idea of doing the chasing for a change, even if I am slumming it. Oh, it's good to relax. This is as close as I'm getting to it these days.
Could have fooled me.
Laugh all you want, it's hard work relaxing. I've spent so long keeping one step ahead of somebody, I can't believe I've lost them for good. At least when I'm out with you, I usually know where the blaster fire's coming from. Keeps my mind off trouble, mostly.
The less time you and Trouble spend together, the better.
You've got a marvelously camouflaged sense of humor, you know that? Let's see how easily you brush off your old instincts and catch 40 winks after you've spent 30 years bounty hunting.
I knew you were a career scoundrel, but 30 years on the run? Pretty impressive.
Things weren't so bad until people finally realized the same guy was responsible for most of their woes. And I've made some enemies over the years, believe me. 2.5 dozen Hutt families, the entire Carillion Exchange. And there was that whole blockade incident that ran the Mandalorians home with their tails between their legs. Come on, I think I've had my fill of all this cheering up. You know, you're pretty quick to sniff out an opportunity for profit.
I like to think I know my business.
Ooh, there's no doubt about that. I wonder how much more lucrative our little partnership could be if you applied that intuition to something other than bounty hunting.
Gave up trying to make an honest living already?
I was looking for a fresh start with this little arrangement, not a career change. My abundance of skills and expertise are always at your disposal. It just so happens that most of my expertise is in crime. Mull it over. I hate to see so much potential go to waste. I've been thinking it over, and I see a lot of room for improvement maximizing your profits. Take catching me, for example. Sure, you got a nice bounty from the Great Hunt, but why stop there? You just need to use a little imagination.
This have something to do with your duplicate?
Nothing slips past you, now does it? A few words in the right ears, and you could make a lot of money on poor Tiresias's remains, if you don't mind double-crossing crime lords. Offer the body, see who bites, rob them blind. Couldn't be simpler.
Drum up some interest. If the payoff is worth the risk, I'm in.
See, that's the best part about this little partnership. The scams are a lot less risky when you know you can vaporize anyone in the room. So, that suggestion I had involving my duplicate? Turns out there are a lot of folks out there who've still got a bone to pick with the late Tiresias Loci. A little friendly competition couldn't hurt our final take. I'm thinking an auction would do the trick.
I'm open to anything that'll boost our profits.
That's just what I wanted to hear. Give me some time off the ship, and I can handle the whole thing by proxy. The only finger you'll have to lift will be the one accepting your credit transfer.
Take as long as you need.
I'll be back before you know it. What, no parade? Oh, not even a cake? How about at least mustering a good to see you for the guy holding your share of the credits?
Sorry to disappoint. Take a drink instead?
Well, just this once. Your cut. Pretty good take, considering the expenses. The bidders really couldn't wait to take Tiresias off our hands.
I didn't expect much to come of this.
I know you didn't, which, if you'll recall, was my point from the start. You might say I've got some experience duping these suckers. 3 pirate crews, 10 free traders, 2 exchange bosses, half a dozen huts, 1 I don't even remember crossing. Kept licking his lips. I think his name was Druga. It was quite the rogues gallery. A lot of familiar faces. Brought back memories, let me tell you. Oh, I picked up a little souvenir from the Royal Museum. I thought we could make sure these get put to better use.
Glad to see you're actually making yourself useful.
A little respect might be nice. I was a target in the Great Hunt, you know. Unless we find a collector, we'll need to fence these. Quick turnaround will forfeit a big cut, but it'll be a nice bonus.
Let's just see the credits.
I'll see what I can do. Let me tell you a little thing about opportunity.
What makes you think I need advice on the subject?
You're more an in-the-moment type. Sometimes you've got to see the potential farther down the road. Take this group of fresh-off-the-shuttle Arcona I met at the Mossila spaceport before you showed up. I left those Arcona with a stellar impression of Geller rowing, helpful merchant, and earmarked them for a return trip once things died down.
What makes them good marks?
You know why they were traveling to a dump like Tatooine? Seems fresh water's hard to come by on Kona. These rubes heard about moisture farming on Tatooine and figured it was their ticket to riches. Fleecing these yokels will be like taking candy from a baby. The key is finding the right scheme.
You really enjoy seeing what you can get away with, don't you?
Surely a Mandalorian can appreciate testing one's limits. Moisture farmers aren't exactly rolling in credits, but a whole colony of them can add up. Remember those Arcona colonists I was telling you about? Well, I've got the perfect racket to skim a little profit off those moisture farming saps. Salt.
As in table salt?
Well, I'm not talking bath salts, considering water's a luxury good. Listen, I've got a theory. I used to know this spacey Arconan bagman back on Nar Shaddaa. Thought the guy was a spice head for the longest time. Turns out I was only half right. This guy's cravings were something else.
Your friend had some sort of reaction.
Can't say for certain, but I've got my suspicions. One night after making our handoff in some dive diner, he orders some garbage soup and dumps an entire shaker of salt into the bowl. Should have seen the way this guy went at the stuff before stumbling out of the place like its last call.
Your money's on these colonists having the same craving.
10 to 1 says there's something about salt that those wedgeheads can't resist. We're gonna sell those colonists the answer to all their woes, specially formulated and offered exclusively through Rowing Industries. If I'm right about how much Arcona love the stuff, our biggest problem will be keeping up the supply. Meet our new product. Had our salt shipment bottled as special tablets to help organics retain water. Now we just need to seal the deal. I want you with me when our prospective buyer calls. Keep him from getting too comfortable. We'll be meeting an Arcona named Gruna to convince him to act as our supplier to the colony.
Sounds simple enough.
This chump would do anything for enough credits to get off Tatooine. I don't think it'll take much to get poor Gruna to bite. Gruna, good to hear from you. Looking well. Lose some weight?
Kagriso efretu paranai.
Oh, him? Never mind him. Had to let go of my last security detail in favor of this one. Consummate professional. Say hello. Manners aren't part of the job description, you understand. You know, Gruna, I'm a bit of a philanthropist. Did I mention that?
Grojaman.
My visit to Tatooine left me inspired by the plight of rugged folks like yourself trying to squeeze life out of that dust bowl. Making life easier for the little guy, that's my motto. And helping you hardworking souls is now my personal mission.
He'll put himself in the poorhouse if that's what it takes.
My associate worries too much. My friend Gruna and his pals wouldn't leave me holding the bag. There'll be plenty of prosperity to go round. The top chemists at Rowing Industries developed this little wonder for us. A compound designed to maximize water retention in organic life forms. The benefit to hardworking subsistence farmers such as yourself is immeasurable.
Pandravimos pandimas protes cada vitratag. Smalsio populas mana ir padre mana narcali.
Can you be sure you'll ever be able to afford that at the rate you're going? We're helping you use less water, leaving you more time to sell. It'll pay for itself several times over.
You're in a good position, Gruna. You stand to make a lot of money as my distributor once things take off. Tell you what, I'll send you a sample. If your friends aren't begging you for more in a matter of days, you can keep it. No charge.
Patarana ango, mis aka nanom alas potas era.
Don't mention it. I hope we'll be hearing from you soon. Come on, partner. I have a feeling we'll need to increase our supply. Now we wait for Gruna gets his friends hooked and watch the credits trickle in.
I thought you were crazy when you pitched this little scheme.
I'm unconventional, not a crackpot. Remember that. You seem to have an knack for this line of work. I think it's time we take off the kid gloves and find a big score. I'll do a little legwork while you find ways to spend your newfound wealth. Notice anything different?
You should lay off the junk food.
And they said the stuff was slimming. Just acquired some nice form-fitting blast armor. Thought I'd see if it would stand up to a trained eye. Apparently so, if your observation is any indication.
The equipment I'm providing not cutting it?
No complaints. This is purely supplemental. Since I'm still putting myself in harm's way, I decided to make a little investment in my well-being. Been stocking up on interesting tidbits at every port we've hit. From here on, I'm ready for anything. So, what do you know about Hilo-Viz?
I've heard the name. She was some big-time spacer, wasn't she?
You could put it that way if you're partial to understatement. She broke the Mandalorian blockade at the Hydian Way. You know, the one that strangled Coruscant and dashed a full-scale Jedi assault. And it wasn't out of the goodness of her heart, either. Credits were involved. A lot of them.
She's single?
I heard that.
No, she's dead. According to the rumors, anyway. Most think the Hutts were behind Hilo's disappearance, but anyone who knew her could tell you they'd have better odds winning a marathon. No, she's still out there. Somewhere.
Never took you for the type to get starstruck.
What? No. We've got history. Hilo was my old partner. More than that. That blockade run was the last thing we ever did together. Like I said, a lot of credits were involved. When I saw the opportunity, I took off and left Hilo holding the bag. Stupid.
Is that a conscience showing?
I don't know, maybe. It was a dumb move I regret making. Listen, I found out that an old associate from that blockade run is still around and kicking. A mutual acquaintance. I owe Hilo one last visit. If he knows where she's been laying low all this time, I've got to track him down. I caught up with that old associate from the blockade run. Old Quan and I had a nice little chat. He was surprised to see me, to say the least.
Can you trust him to keep quiet about your new identity?
Oh, I'd say he'll remain mum on the subject indefinitely. Don't give me that look. I bought his last round. Before I had to end Quan's retirement prematurely, I convinced him to fill me in on some gaps in our history since the blockade run. When the Hutts came looking for their return investment, Hilo-Viz smuggled herself off to Republic space with the help of another free trader.
That definitely increases her odds of being alive.
I'm not so sure, given where she was headed. Remember Zale Barrows? She cut a deal with that twerp to hide her on Belsavis. If she's still stuck there, this is my chance to swoop in to the rescue. I've got to go after her.
If it means this much to you, count me in.
This is personal, a little too personal. I've got to take care of this on my own. If I don't make it, well, thanks. I don't think Tiresias would have ever gotten this opportunity.
When did you get back?
Oh, a little while ago. I wasn't exactly in a talkative mood. My little pipe dream involving Hilo went about as you'd have expected.
I expected you wouldn't make it back.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. After all these years, I finally caught up with her, and she hadn't changed a bit. I found her on Belsavis in some sort of stasis chamber. It was like I just left.
At least she didn't have time to nurse an old grudge.
Yeah, maybe. Regardless, it wasn't pretty. If she'd had a blaster, she'd have shot me the moment she came to. Lucky for me, she recognized that prison wasn't the place to hash things out. She took off the first chance she got. Hardly the reunion I was looking for, but I got her out of that pit. That counts for something, right?
Well, now you can get over it and move on.
Yeah, maybe. If you'll excuse me, I need to create a hangover to nurse. You're not gonna believe this. I heard from Hilo. She's willing to take me back if I'm willing to show she means more to me than me. Sent the message certified, credits on delivery. Whew, almost cleaned me out just to have it delivered.
I hope you get her back. She's my kind of lady.
One of a kind. Too bad it took me this long to figure it out. I feel like I'm back in my prime. Not that I'd slipped, I'm just unburdened. I owe you for that, so I thought I'd say it. Don't go making a big deal out of it.
Glad I could help. Really.
I've got to hand it to you. You really surprised me. You're not what I would call a conventional partner in crime. But we're really turning out to make quite the team.
That mean I'm stuck with you?
I'm afraid so. You and me, we're going to carve out a criminal empire, or at least accumulate one heck of a fortune. Your children's children won't know what to do with it. I'm telling you, wild space is the limit. You'll be pleased to hear I finished fencing those little Alderanian trinkets that came into our possession. Made a nice sum, even with the rush.
Hang on to it. You've earned a little bonus.
Don't mind if I do. It'll complement my modest finder's fee nicely. And thanks. Have I mentioned how much pulling that little con has improved my mood? I think that auction put to bed any lingering doubts that Tiresias is dead and gone. And aside from knowing my new identity ought to stick, I'd almost forgotten how much I love a good scheme.
Fun and profit. What's not to like?
Getting shot at, for one, but working with you has made that pretty commonplace. It's hard to work a proper hustle when you're on the run, chum. I've pulled more heists than cons in recent memory. That was the kind of racket my former partner preferred. Simple, bold, effective. Used to argue about that a lot.
How'd you two part ways?
We had different ideas about where we were headed. Water under the bridge. My preference is to be long gone by the time anyone gets wise. That's a lot easier without bounty hunters breathing down my neck. It's about time I got back in the game. Can't afford to let myself get out of practice, after all.